Hey, this is Dan.
Bob.
And Dr. Aggro.
From GigaBoots.com. Welcome to GigaBoots Podcast number 33. Oh shit, I didn't name this one in advance.
God damn it.
Again.
We're just gonna
We're
go...
Dragon Quest again.
How am I surprised every time this happens?
Because I was so consistently naming them terribly before. Before the reboot?
I like to think of it more as a reimagining.
Oh, okay.
It's a retelling of the classic podcast, except everything's different.
Huh.
Somebody asked the guy who's making the new Shadowgate, which is a remake of the original, basically.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's a retelling.
Whether it was a reboot or a reimagining, and he said it was a reimagining. It's the same fucking game. I just...
Yeah?
As far as I've seen.
Okay.
Which I haven't seen a huge amount, but whatever. In any case, I'm Dan, your host. These other two, no. So you respect me. 'Cause I'm in charge around these parts. And if you do the right things, you'll go up in this podcast listening, people. Hey, Bob, what you been playing?
So hang on. Is there a lot of room for advancement
The podcast.
We might
listening
name
field?
a podcast after a user. Which
I mean-
would be totally unprecedented.
Honestly, last week's probably should have been called Cywolf Practice Karate Naked. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
That's definitely the most standout moment for me.
What are we going to do when he starts sending us pictures of that?
Call it SPF.
What are we going to do when Little Dangerous starts sending us pictures of that?
Well, I'm
Should
friends
we
with him
warn
on
Cywolf?
Facebook, so I kind of get pictures of that. In any case. What was it? I mistook Cywolf for someone else in the last podcast. And then I replied to that person. That person's like, "Oh yeah, that was me. It was Hans von Sticky Hooves." He's like, "That was me."
Oh, shit.
And I was like, "No, don't you understand? Everyone is Cywolf. We're all Cywolf. Cool." Cywolf comes in, then who am I? I still haven't answered that.
Apparently someone who needs to step his goddamn game up.
Yeah, you need to be Cywolf cooler than the rest of us to prove how Cywolf you are.
You have a responsibility. You are a role model. I don't know. It's some shit my parents used to tell me all the time. I didn't listen to them.
And yet you just recited it. You just made the sounds, you don't know what they mean.
They're like, you're a role model for younger children. I said, who's telling them to look at me?
Those people failed at their job.
Don't they have parents?
You know, I don't know. I'm gonna name this one That Gorrepati Swag. There, Catfish. You got a fucking episode named after you. You have been referenced. And at least, you know, werewolf cool, Cywolf cool, that's too close. That almost sounds like a bad thing. But that Gorrepati swag, you're good, man. You ain't nothing gonna break your stride. But we got this Dragon Quest going. Dragon
always a
Warrior.
treat.
Always a treat. I do love
Stairs.
Oh, right. Stairs is not doors.
No, of course it needs a separate option, Dan.
Of course.
You have to go into the menu and click stairs?
Yeah. Aggro, maybe you don't understand.
You should
I
stare deep.
didn't realize this was a point-and-click adventure game.
What is more terrifying is this is actually improved over the original Japanese release.
Wow.
Yeah, it is a terrible, terrible game.
Because I remember I was watching a retrospective of this series, and they're like, yeah, they improved some UI elements. And I'm like, are you sure? Because I've seen that game.
I'm looking at it right now, and that seems false. That seems incorrect. So, Bob, what you been playing for the last week?
Actually, most of the time I've been watching, I was watching Evo so much. I hadn't had much to play games, but
Evo did happen.
After
Daigo.
Daigo didn't win.
No.
He actually got eliminated in one of the early pools, so he didn't even make the stream. It was pretty crazy.
It's sad.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
I can't remember the name. Or Luffy won the Street Fighter one.
And he won it with, and we're going to spoil one of our news headlines, he won it with a PS1 controller.
Heard about that.
It's pretty great.
Pretty fucking awesome.
I like seeing some legitimacy given to controllers instead of fight sticks, because I think it's cool.
Yeah. Because fuck those guys with fight sticks.
I'm super pro. No, bro, you spent $300 on a controller. Go be a PC gamer.
That's like saying I'm a great writer because I have that $100 keyboard over there, and That's just wrong, as anyone can attest to.
But yeah, right after Evo ended and all that wrapped up, I went and played Skullgirls online, which was a mistake.
Yeah, because it was the witching hour.
Yes,
Right?
Everyone was hungry.
Jesus. I'd never thought of that. Wow, yeah, that's just a bad time to play fighting games.
You are on the wrong end
They're
of
all
town.
out and their dicks are up.
It's bad. It is so bad. I keep looking through the pause menu for a fucking save option.
But no, you talked to the king to save.
Yep.
That's so dumb.
But yeah, also there was a Skullgirls tournament that ended up getting the last few matches got broadcasted by Mad Cats.
Oh,
That's pretty
cool.
cool.
It is cool. Because I know Skullgirls needs that grassroots sports. You know?
Right. Apparently, Mike Z was actually playing in the tournament.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. I
did-
was like, that's kind of bullshit.
Right, but he didn't make it to top 4.
That is kind of bullshit.
Yeah. Anyway, man, Skullgirl. I think I ran into one guy to beat.
Yeah.
The rest infinite comboed me was Parasol.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was pretty intense. Anyway, other than that, I've been playing Fire Emblem Awakening, still trying to finish that up. I found out that I'm actually about 2 or 3 chapters from the end, which each chapter is only one stage.
Wow. So you're really, really
I'm
close.
insanely close, but I haven't done any of the side things where you go get their children. So I'm trying to do that.
Bob's like, leave them. He'll get to the last stage, it'll be like fucking the third act of Metropolis. Some guy runs in, where are your children? Shit!
But yeah, the way that works is there's this time loop thing where all the children came back in time, but to actually have them show up, you need to marry off the main characters so that they knows which ones to make their parents.
This is actually one of the most
Are you
upfront
breeding
features.
an army?
Yeah.
Yes.
And oddly, it isn't that one game where you breed an army, it's Fire Emblem. Man, this thing's kicking my ass.
What is it?
Oh yeah, those things
it's
are
a magician?
tough.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. You brought a sword to the magic fight.
Yeah, I did. 'Cause I'm
One of the
dumb.
spells is called Hurt.
Yeah.
I should probably use it.
Inflict moderate wounds.
Oh wow, that was a lot of damage on him.
Yeah, magic. Better than swords.
Shut
I've
up.
been telling people this shit forever.
No one likes you.
Like, I show up at the table and I'm like, yeah, I'm a wizard. I've spent decades learning the secret workings of the universe to reorder energies that form the basis of all creation into whatever pleases me. And this guy over here is like, I got a metal shirt and I sharpened this metal stick. We are on par. Let's go adventuring together.
Well, what if he's trained for decades to move faster than the speed of light?
Then he's not a fighter.
Then he's Goku.
That's right, he's Goku.
Goku's his dad.
Kenshin.
You're not going to look at me and tell me Goku's not magic.
He knows a spell, so by proxy,
Yeah, but it's like level 15 Scorching Ray. It's the only spell you need.
I meant instant transmission, but whatever. Fair enough. That is the
I don't
only
know.
spell.
That's not a spell. Watch. Every time it does it, he looks sideways. He's looking over at, like, space-time and telling it to fuck off. That is the universe flinching.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize. Thank you, Aggro, with your DBZ hour. Certainly, this podcast won't land another angry comment from Jake from ELZ on.com.
Why would that happen? That's crazy.
We had words
crazy
about
time.
that.
Isn't that guy way too angry about the newly announced DBZ movie coming in 2015 that Toriyama is writing the script for and designing characters for?
Is there a way too angry about that? Because, I mean, they keep making...
No. I'm saying he's way too angry to pay attention to us pissing him off. He's much belabored by that infuriation.
Well, yeah. I mean, they really need to stop making Toriyama write DBZ movies. Because he doesn't want to. And he keeps showing up and trying to fuck it up so they won't make him do it anymore.
I think he wants to because they'll pay him more if he does. And that's all that man cares about, clearly.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit.
Absolutely not.
For decades, they've been like, what about this discrepancy? Look, guys, I don't care.
Let me explain my tie line. You just drew a middle finger and said, go fuck yourself.
I love that man.
He's been quoted saying he doesn't remember Super Saiyan 3, right? Isn't that enough?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's enough
So they're
to
like, write more backstory. He's like, all right, you asked for it.
dipshits.
There's Goku's mom.
And every time another mangaka talks about meeting him, they're like, oh my god, it was such an honor. He walked in and the whole room was quiet. Oh, he's such a genius. And every time they draw him, you can tell he's got that look on his face. Just that smug, I don't even fucking need to be here look.
God, that guy. So when are we going to make an anime that's as popular as DBZ, Bob?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, that seems like a good time to start. Did you play anything else, Bob?
I'm trying to think of anything. I don't think so. I was trying to catch up on the season of anime, trying to watch all that Evo stuff. God, Evo came at me out of nowhere. Honestly, I was like, wait, Evo's this weekend? Oh no.
Yeah.
Bandwidth.
Me too. Yeah, exactly. I don't know what I'm equipped with. One moment.
Those Blade Blue matches. Those were honestly some of the most interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Pretty intense.
pretty intense. And I got to see a lot of Kokonoe play. Like, it seems like the top players were her, that new Asriel guy, and Lychee. The ridiculously
Yeah,
goofy
I
one.
know.
Okay, you remember.
Just, God, that guy's really hard to play as.
Do they have Mugen tournaments at Evo?
No.
Fucking no.
Come on.
They have self-respect.
Aw.
They
Unlike
did
you.
well. They have Killer Instinct tournaments, so
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, did Microsoft show up
That's a good
again?
point.
I
Yeah, they
guess
did. They
yeah.
had they had Killer Instinct.
And
tournament.
I guess Microsoft paid for a lot more of it this time because they had Xboxes for everything that they could, which is funny because it was like that meant they had Xboxes for Killer Instinct, Street Fighter, and Ultimate Marvel. But then Blaze Blue isn't on an Xbox.
Yeah, they didn't even bother to release the latest version of Blaze Blue on the 360, which is stupefying to me because I know when we went to some cons, they had Blaze Blue on 360 there. You like Blaze Blue. You clearly like Japan. What the fuck are you doing with the 360?
Wait a minute, they had Street Fighter tournaments on 360s?
Yeah.
On 360 controllers?
No, I mean everybody brought their own stick.
Oh, right.
And then that
Fight
guy
sticks.
brought his
Yeah.
adapter to make his PS1 controller work with a 360.
Awesome.
That guy's my hero. Because I keep telling people, I'm like, the PS1 controller, pretty fucking solid controller. Very limited in input, but what it does well, and it fucking hurts. That D-pad is excruciating.
I need to try
that
one of those
D-pad
again.
and the Genesis D-pad go to their Fight Club on the weekend.
Oh, yeah, Genesis D-pad. None of this, like, circle bullshit.
Yeah, no, fucking grooves that dig into you.
What was
You think you're supposed to go in that groove? No, that groove goes into you. Welcome to Soviet Russia of fucking D-pads. God damn.
Another crazy thing they did was it was like Super Street Fighter Turbo 2. Like they had this tiny tournament, it took half an hour or something. And it was these teams of like 4 people in each team. And they all had to select their character at the very beginning. They stuck with that character the whole time. And they kind of did it in I'm trying to think of what else uses this Smash style, but it's one-on-one, or it's the teams face off and it's single elimination. So after they beat one guy,
yeah.
he moves to the next guy, and then so on and so forth.
5v5 with 1 round elimination.
Right.
Okay.
And that was really interesting.
Yeah.
I think that's how in-game Tekken team battles are set up.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
also how
that's right.
all of King of Fighters is set up like that.
Yes, that is, yeah.
And I was like, well, from the anime I've seen, kendo tournaments, I guess.
No, that is not how kendo tournaments are set up.
He doesn't know. He's just lying. He's telling you.
One of
that-
us saw all of Bamboo Blade, you quitter.
This is true. That anime was really bad.
I
got
hate
the
you,
quit.
and you're wrong.
Now, which one is more true of these two statements?
They're really sort of linked in a very basic cosmic way.
Go on.
Bob, I hate you,
Okay.
and you're wrong.
Well, there you go, Bob.
All right, noted. But yeah, the Daigo was in that, and he lost there too. I'm sad. He wasn't even playing as Ryu or Ken.
You remember that fighting game book I brought up last week on the podcast? Well, it turns out Mike Z was actually a heavy editor on that book.
Awesome.
Yes. So, goddamn. Once I get this Another World review rendering, I'm really going to just consume that book.
Honestly, watching Evo there, I was like, man, I wish I just lived in California. They have things like Wednesday night fights where it's just every Wednesday that all those guys get together and play, and it's I don't know, it's crazy.
There
Bob's
are
like, I'd
actually,
really like to get shamed at fighting games once a week.
Yes.
yeah. We have that series.
Yeah.
Stop winning! How did I phrase that in the most eloquent way I could? Now, Daniel, I've been looking at the schedule for the next few weeks. Bob. And it's Tetris Attack. That's not a fighting game. No, but I need to win. You know that, right? It's not the Bob Beats Dan Weekly for some goddamn reason show.
I think we're playing Folding at Home in 2 weeks.
What is...
We're going to beat cancer together.
You know, they shut down the servers for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt really bad. The first thing I saw of when he said folding at home was going to be a competition between me.
That thing just hit me for 10 fucking points.
Wow.
Thou art dead. You're a smart game, Dragon Warrior.
But yeah, we have to fold bed sheets. See who can do it faster.
You're awful.
Yeah.
Narukoto. Is that all you've been playing, Bob?
I guess so. I got to see since I booted up Skull Heroes again, saw Eliza in her current form.
Oh, cool.
We should
do
really
a
cool
quick
playing. Yeah. Well, I don't know. We might want to just wait until she's out.
Okay, so she's not drawn.
Yeah, she's not fully drawn yet.
Okay.
But it seems like most of her combos and moves are there though, and there's a lot of interesting stuff, and a lot of really creepy animations.
Good.
So much of tearing off her own skin.
She's an Egyptian, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So she's got the whole like tomb thing going on and mummy shit. And
Okay, so
she's
a mummy.
Her skeleton moves out of her body, just rips through the flesh and just starts attacking.
That is pretty terrifying.
Yes, it's great. I think it's great.
Her backdash is her skin, like the front of her body stays in front, and then her skeleton moves backwards, and you can see it sort of.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. So that's it. That's all I got.
Okay. Well, Aggro, what have you been playing?
I downloaded Muramasa on my Vita.
Oh, yes, that's right. That's free this month with PlayStation Plus.
What's the name of the people who make those games?
Vanillaware.
Vanillaware,
yep.
yes. Like, I'd forgotten who made it, and then I booted it up. I'm like, okay, Muramasa, I hear it's an action game. Oh, shit. So it's like, would you like to play normal mode or bitch mode? And I'm like, bitch mode, please, for this 2D action game.
And I'm like, hey, Aggro, you should choose Royal Guard.
I want you to know, Dan, when I kill you one day, no matter
be...
what else is going on, that is why.
It overrides everything. I figured it would be the me not explaining to you Infamous 2's difficulty settings and how that actually affects that game.
Oh, you prick. So I've been playing Muramasa.
Okay. How's that treating
It's Vanillaware, so it's pretty as shit. And I can tell from the combat system.
Talk into the mic.
I am talking into the mic.
Okay, sure.
My mouth is pointed at... I can tell from the combat system that if I wasn't on bitch mode, this game would be eating my ass for breakfast.
Yeah, that game is ridiculously difficult. Yeah.
I haven't played it. I actually haven't even booted it up.
Have you downloaded it so that you have it in your queue?
No. I'm really bad about that.
You are.
I did Strider, though.
Oh yeah, I did download and start playing Strider.
Yeah.
Fuck the enemy with a shield.
Yeah.
That is some pointless nonsense to just make me slow down and do a charge attack at it.
Well, see, okay, here's the thing. That's that game's fledgling attempt at depth. Everything else is swing the sword fast. That one is swing the sword slow.
Like, I can't jump behind him. I can't hit him from above. I have to hit him with a charge attack. And it just grinds everything I'm doing to a halt.
Is that not deep or interesting?
It did take me a while to figure out that the point isn't to, like, I'm trying to approach it like a Mega Man, where I move forward, gauge what the enemies are doing, then get it. No, I have to keep going as fast as I can and swing the sword.
Yeah.
It looks a lot cooler when you do it like that.
It's really weird that they decided to make it sort of Metroidvania style, non-linear, when it is a game like that.
Yeah.
It would make total sense. It was just, well, yeah, you're going to go through these levels, and it's going to be a straight line of death.
Yeah. I love when you're climbing, and he's got a comma in one hand, and he's like sticking it into the metal, and there's sparks. And then he just takes his hand and he puts it on the metal and there's sparks.
Yep.
That is pretty great.
That's how you do it.
I just sort of dig my fingers into the ceiling here. Into NASA-grade titanium?
Yeah. Man, these are expensive. This game really does want me to grind 4 days.
Yeah, it is insane. It is not fun.
This is not a fun game.
So, like the king wants you to save the world, right? That's what's going on?
Yeah.
But he won't give you any money, no.
Or equipment?
No.
Or an army?
Nah. He just throws you into the forest and says, go. Go.
At least you got to the second town. That's something.
Yeah, but the king isn't here, so now I can't save.
Right? That's great.
The second town doesn't have a save point? Fuck this game.
Yeah.
Like, I'm all for, like, especially in RPGs, old school, realistic, minutia, hardcore shit. That's just dumb.
Yes, it is. Final Fantasy 1 is a much better video game.
It is. How much later is it? Because I know it's
in Japanese development,
uh-huh.
2 to 3 years.
Okay, I was gonna say it's got a pretty good lead on it.
Why is this the series that took off in Japan?
Toriyama did the art, so they featured it in manga magazines. He said, "Hey, this Durakwe is being made by Toriyama-sama."
Lama ding dong.
Wow. And I thought I was the bad man there. I was wrong.
I am super culturally sensitive.
We deal in tools.
So yeah,
Like
Aggro.
herbs.
You download the expansion or the DLC for Gorrepati yet?
I don't think so.
All right. I mean, you shouldn't before you beat the game anyway. It's just there.
It's just there and free.
Well, it's not free. It's $2.
The first couple areas in that game, I'm like, okay, I've got 2 swords. Why am I only using one? This is bullshit. I've got 3 swords. Okay, I need some full Sengoku Basara shit here. Let me just grip it like Wolverine claws and let's go.
Yeah, that's the way you do it.
Dude, the sword's not break in easy mode?
They do.
Okay, whew.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it that easy.
Yeah.
That would be pretty crazy.
That'd be pretty awesome.
I keep forgetting I can, like, switch swords and just hurt everything on screen.
Did you choose the male or female?
I picked the female.
All right.
Like,
she actually plays better. It's weird.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like I chose the male at first, and then when I went for our second playthrough to do her, I was like, wow, this is just better.
How do they play differently?
She's just a little faster, like mostly the movement or attack speeds.
Because they're like, it booted up like, do you want to see this story or this story? I had a horrible flashback to Fable. Or no, Folklore.
Yeah.
Because I played Folklore wrong.
Yeah.
Apparently you're supposed to like go through one story and then the other.
I did that very same thing where I just chapter per chapter.
Yeah, I'm like, you're supposed to do it like this so you get both sides of the story and then move on. I'm like, God, why is this game such an ass-tracking piece of shit?
Yeah, because you're replaying the same exact level with the same exact enemy placement.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking about Folklore, though, that game is incredible.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do a Let's Play of that.
I was thinking about it a while ago, but yeah, we probably should.
Yeah, that game was really good.
Really fucking gorgeous.
And there's a tentacle monster on your playthrough, so it just went all around.
What?
It's playing as the girl. Of course she's the one that runs to the tentacle monster.
Oh, okay.
I keep looking at her kimono miniskirt thing. And I'm like, no one reacting to her holding a katana. Fine. Cool, I can deal with that. Guys, there's way too much thigh here for feudal Japan. We need to get a handle on this. Then I see the kitsune, I'm like, oh, that's the kind of game I'm in for.
Yeah. It's a Vanillaware game.
Is she the one with the big butt, or the
huge undulating rack?
Okay, then the guy is the one that gets the one with the huge butt.
Of course.
All I saw of... What was the one before Odin Sphere? Or was Odin Sphere the one with the rabbit?
Odin Sphere was the one with the rabbit.
Yeah, so I just saw the rabbit. And I'm like, yeah, this game is classy.
There's a lot of plot in this game.
I don't think you got the rabbit till after you beat it with the Valkyries, though.
I don't remember the Valkyrie's character design.
She wasn't really that...
I was going to say, I don't remember seeing anything
it was
like that in Odin Sphere.
High boots and... Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't excessive. It wasn't Vanillaware.
I think we've reached a point in our society, in our culture, in this industry where, we have completely free, ready access to pornography. We don't need this built into our games anymore.
I disagree. I want games to do whatever weird shit they can to differentiate themselves. I want Killer 7 to stay as weird and as unamused by me, the audience, as it currently is. God bless that man. I remember us playing it, and I'm like, so Bob, how's it controlling? He's like, it's on rails. And I was like, I was wondering how you were walking completely straight forward.
Yeah. I keep saying Killer is dead whenever you say that.
Oh, Killer 7? You think
Yeah.
Killer's is dead?
Yeah.
That's a way more sane game.
It is, but at the same time, it's still pretty insane.
It is. It is really insane. Okay, is that all you've been playing, Aggro?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, well, I've been playing Dragon Warrior for 20 minutes now, and that's a pile of regret.
Yeah.
I also played Another World, beat it twice on PS4, tried it out on the Vita and PS3. We've got a review of that going up in the next couple of days.
Nice.
May go up at the same time as this podcast. What else? I've been playing Quit Your Job, the game.
Right. Top score.
Top score, yes. Top
Going
level.
for the top.
I figure it's like those Flash games where you launch and you try to see how far you can get and collect the most things.
Yeah.
Except you only get to do it once.
Yes, that is correct. You just made it like, I don't know, when you say that makes me think of someone who quits because they robbed the place on the way out or something.
Score multiplier, bitch!
Which is actually funny. As I was leaving the place, I did have to empty my locker.
Uh-huh.
And I'm worried that they saw me leave with the bags of shit in my locker, and they might think something. But,
I really thought I was about to be made an accessory to Grand Theft there, Dan.
Grand Theft, man, that would take a lot of time. They
Yeah.
would have enough video evidence, good sir.
But I don't know, Toner's, I think, your best bet for size to value ratio.
I stole the server. I'm sorry. They won't find me, right? Hooks up
Like,
to
so what did you
internet.
steal? Your manager's tied up in your back seat. How much is a
Live
human
human
life
being.
worth? Looks at a CVS manager. Not much.
Not much. No, sir. The door creaked at that. It's unamused by us objectifying people.
Your house is haunted by a very prudish and conservative ghost.
Let's go into doors. Okay, nope. What about stairs?
Search? Did you try search?
Oh, I didn't try search. Search.
Oh my god, that's just mean-spirited.
Yep.
There's a search button?
Yeah.
Christ!
And there are 2 paragraphs of text when there's nothing there.
Better get a damn fire shoryuken for finding all that shit.
This is Pokemon Center, the game. But yeah, so Pokemon Job, have more time to work on GigaBoots stuff. So you fuckers better spread it. Spread it. Work that shit. And you'll get reviews.
He says.
Unironically, weirdly enough. I had a conversation earlier. I think we had it in the Yoshi's Island video. Not positive. There are no good reviews of half of the portable Castlevania.
Yeah, that's crazy to
In
think
fact,
about.
you could pretty much say any of them.
I'd believe it.
I tried to find one good review of Portrait of Ruin. The only one I could find that might have been a good review, but as far as I could tell was in Spanish, so I have no idea.
Now, like a positive review or a good and quality review?
Good in quality.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not one of those types of fans who's
Yeah.
just like, it said it was bad. Fuck these guys. Because I've seen too many Castlevania 64 reviews to be that type of person anymore. And work for Retroware. Castlevania 64 is a great game. Go on.
You're so smart. How do you do it?
How did you do that with your mouth? You just lied to me and you don't even show it.
'Cause it does seem like, and now I've told the story before of how I had a very stilted interaction with Castlevania as it fits in the industry's history because, I hang out with you guys. So I'm like, what do you mean not everyone loves Castlevania? Like what? It's old. It's just you've got fucking your Link and your Mega Man and your Belmont. So I don't. Those are mascot characters.
Yes, it's true. God damn it, industry, adjust yourself around this truth.
But then every time Castlevania games come up in something, it's kind of like Dynasty Warriors. Like, oh, then you got those people that like those games.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you release exclusively on portable for several years straight. The amount of people who are like, Castlevania: The Adventure Rebirth is a great game, it confounds me and angers me to this day. Like, no, that's not. It's just like another Castlevania for console. It's actually really, really low quality. Looks like it was made in Click and Create. Has sound effects that don't make any sense.
And are from Click and Create.
And are from Click and Create. It is a mesmerizing pile of awful, but because it was the first normal Castlevania for consoles in a while, people thought it was great. Now, Dracula X Chronicles, excellent game. That was an amazing 3D remake of Chino Rondo. Oh, wait, Rondo of Blood. There we go. 2 for 2, huh, Dan? Dracquay and that? You're such a fucking weeb.
This is a Maraboots, motherfucker.
Maraboots. Sorry, everyone. Yeah, so I realized there weren't good reviews of that, and some time ago, I actually made the decision. I was like, yeah, no, I guess I'll go back and review those.
Because, like, this all culminates in, like, a non-reviewing Portrait of Ruin. Guess what? I liked it.
But did I?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did.
It's Portrait of Ruin.
Dawn
It's
of
fucking
Sorrow
great.
is the more interesting one. That and Ecclesia.
Yeah.
For me to review. Because it's like, I don't...
Yeah, I think both of them got equipment systems straight wrong.
Yes. That is integral to both of their designs.
Yeah.
Of, like... In Dawn of Sorrow, there's basically, like, one effective weapon at any given time. And some of the times you'll go through multiple levels and it'll be the same one. So there's not a whole lot of flexibility in items,
So,
weapon
claim
selects.
done.
You know, they also nerfed that. So that's another reason I don't like Dawn of
fuck that.
Sorrow. Aria of Sorrow is fucking incredible. I should probably just review them in order. Just to...
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but no, like, and I'm not just saying the person who's doing the review has terrible opinions or anything like that. No, it's just terrible video quality, terrible audio quality. How do I phrase this? Reviews it in a tone that implies that they aren't used to either games themselves or just Castlevania. I don't know which because they're so intertwined in me.
Did they sound like Egoraptor at any point?
No, they didn't sound like... Have you seen Egoraptor's sequelitis on Ocarina of Time?
Yes.
Okay. The Z button being a hard division between the exploration and combat elements was the strangest thing he said in that video to me. Because locking onto an enemy does not preclude discovery. Like, that is just an odd thing he said there.
Yeah, it was an interesting idea that I don't think he articulated well if he had more to it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, that implies that the combat elements of Ocarina of Time are at all good. Sorry. I mean,
at the time they were pretty good. They were
all right.
It
Yeah,
was a totally new system.
yeah, it was okay.
I mean, it's not the deepest thing,
No,
but it also doesn't completely just exclude itself from the exploration. So I don't.
right. I don't think it's developed enough to be viewed as its own element of this game that should have been more of a focus, and that the Z button functions as a sort of shift from one of these to the other. But whatever. I'm not going to do a discussion of some other guy's discussion of a fucking game. That is not what this podcast is. I'm pointing at them angrily to make sure that
He
that
does
is
that
not.
when he lies to us.
What?
He's a host after all.
I'm your real dad. Point.
The confusing thing is my real dad does that too.
That is confusing. Holy shit.
I have all these emotions.
All these feelings. What else have I been playing? Maybe that was it. I played through Metal Gear Solid 4 on a stream last week.
So I heard
So
and
I
felt in the force.
It was so I could get some footage for an upcoming video.
Called Suicide Note.
You know what I found, Bob?
What's that?
On the tangent of Suicide Note, I found our list in the Google document thing account.
Okay.
I found it. It's a list for closing out the last gen. It's all of those horrible, horrible games from last gen that we made a giant list of.
Man, we do need to do like a top 8 or something of that.
No, that's a series.
That's a series.
Every week we say goodbye to the last gen with the worst games. Eventually it ends after like 3 months straight.
God.
Oh, it's probably longer than that. Oh, God.
Yeah, there are so many bad games this gen, Dad.
Mind Jack.
I don't even know that one.
Haze.
I remember Haze.
Lair.
Mm-hmm. Gundam Crossfire.
Gundam Crossfire's on it too. Yep. We're gonna have to hit up a few GameStops to get all this garbage.
People seem to go back and forth about Heavenly Sword.
Well, they're wrong.
It runs at like garbage frames per second.
The gameplay is just so shallow.
But you swing the things and the other
Wasn't
people...
the Turok terrible?
Yes. Oh, man.
I think that's also on that list, pretty sure. That list is like on the internet right now. I could look at it, but I'm not.
It's like the worst thing. I'm like, yeah, we had some terrible games.
Yeah, it's...
Man, Assassin's Creed 2 or 2 through 3. It's actually 5 games. That's already a bad sign.
There's every
That's
time I'm like,
not
man,
5
I really
games.
wish I played those
Yes, it
games.
is.
And then I look at people who
No.
did, and I look in their eyes, I'm like, man, maybe I'm not sad I didn't play those games.
Oh, the TV's sad
Yeah,
and it
that's-
turned off.
Okay, there's Assassin's Creed 2,
2,
Brotherhood,
Revelations,
Revelations 3. Okay, I guess it's only 4 games.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
That's 4 games, and you said between, which doesn't include the beginning and the end, but whatever. There are 4 men between us. No, there are 2 guys sitting in between us. No, there are 4.
Well, I mean, between us, we have 4 men.
Ah, yes. But between Assassin's Creed 2 and 3 would mean between,
yeah.
just those 2.
Sentence structure. It's really important in
fucking
English.
language.
It's so good at saying such specific things in such a uselessly complex manner.
Yeah, I feel like we had a couple programming languages that were that fucking stupid.
You know there are a lot of languages that don't have verb tenses?
Yes.
Apparently they have lower depression rates.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Yeah. But I don't know how their societies function.
Oh, hey. Oh, wait, never mind. The
I
pause
mean-
button pauses, which makes you think the game crashed. Fucking Dragon Quest.
Well, there'd be music. You get audio cues for this in real
true.
life.
That's in real life. Unlike now, we're in pretend internet podcast zone.
That's right.
That's from Sonic 4. Pretend internet's podcast zone. Well, too slow. Gotta compress that audio. Gotta talk fast. Nope. None of these. Just breaking you down on the inside. Like, please stop, you gross man.
No, I'm just thinking about English, and I think I read a sentence that had the word have or had in it 4 times in a row, and it made sense.
Oh no. That's terrible.
Language is awesome.
No.
So did Metal Gear Solid 5? Did you 4? Did you
Yeah.
unlock the solar beam gun
No.
thing? Okay.
No.
It was the only good part.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. I tried to keep the scope of this video small, right? And one of my points against the game was that the Beauty and the Beast Brigade were terrible in how they worked into the plot and as character designs. But then I realized everything about them's terrible, and now this segment's like almost twice as long because of it. I'm like, oh god, all of their battles are shit too. Oh no! Like, because you think about it, like, and I guess I'm spoiling some of that video here, but you got Raging Raven, Laughing Octopus, and Crying Wolf. All 3 of them have really long segments in their fight where they just disappear.
You can go find Laughing Octopus.
No, she's just not there for a while. Each time she disappears, she is nowhere. And then she is somewhere.
Don't
No,
remember
yeah,
that
that is
being accurate.
absolutely true, because you will be running around for a bit. At the end of Laughing Octopus's fight as well, there was a really long segment where nothing is happening. Really, really long. And then she pops up once and you just shoot her. Like, absolutely no one is there. She's not flying around outside or something. It's really strange. I can't think of any other Metal Gear Solids that have really long segments where the boss is just not fucking there.
I remember that boss fight being fun.
I do too.
But maybe
Then I
it
went
was
back
because
and
it was the
played
first
it.
one, and there was still hope in my eyes because I hadn't had a 20-minute exposition sequence after a boss battle.
I was so enamored with that game the first time through. She said the word fuck, and I just went, whoa! Metal Gear Solid doesn't, and it had leaked before that they say the F-bomb. So I was like, whoa, there it was. Oh my god, the boss just said the F-bomb at me. I'm kind of scared. Also, it was a crazy octopus, but whatever. But no, oh man.
I want to see that game remade by Kitamura.
Yeah?
Yeah, because they'll just be even stupider, and maybe they'll get through things quicker.
Yeah.
And Snake will be super old, but still jumping off rockets and punching things in the face.
He'll be in a fucking oh shit, what was that movie? The one by Blomkamp.
By what?
Elysium. He'll be in a fucking Elysium robot suit.
Okay.
None of this nano muscle bullshit.
That actually really upset me at the end of 4 when they were just like, you have this muscle suit and that is how you move. Okay. You get to the end, the microwave room explodes parts of the tendon, clearly okay, so those don't work. And then you have a boxing match and I'm like, what?
No, you never get too old for bare knuckle boxing.
Oh, okay.
I have learned this.
I think Ocelot lied to you.
Ocelot lied to us all.
I'm liquid. Okay. Fuck that game. Okay, so in any case, not gonna spoil any more of that by talking about that more. Have I played anything else?
We didn't play massive amounts of Smash Bros. yet this week.
Yeah, I know.
What
It's
is-
it's like I want to make videos or something.
Right?
Weird.
It's crazy.
Quitter.
I know, right? It's fucking true. I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, I could have sworn I played something else, and all I can think of is this developer of a terrible mobile game who's haranguing me on Twitter to promote his Kickstarter to port his Android game. The Kickstarter is to port his terrible Android game to iOS.
Wait, is this the one where you move the phone to move the ship? And
Yes, and he added gamepad support.
Art? Oh my god.
Yeah, he sent me he told me
Has he been to the site?
no. I'm gonna guess not. Maybe he has, but
Did we do a video of his game?
no. It's
okay.
so bad we can't do.
So he doesn't know. Because I mean, there's no way this guy has seen any of our videos if he's bugging you to promote his game.
Yeah, because the last time that happened, that just produced another 30-minute video of us shitting on some guy's game. Sorry about that glitch. You tried to scam me for $11 more. That's not a glitch, you asshole. At least own up to being a dick.
You are not a big enough company to act like you can get away with that.
No, that's the thing, though. No one's a big enough company to get away with that.
Well, not to get away with it.
Yeah.
To act like you can get away with it.
Oh, okay. Yes, that's okay.
Oh no, that was a typographical error.
That's right. I
And
mean,
then they just sink back into the mass of the corporation where no one will find them again.
what was that game that EA recently released where it has this thing to rate it in the game? It's like,
Yes.
do you give it 5 stars or you give it 1 through 4 stars, and then it lets you email them.
Yeah, if you try to give it 1 through 4 stars, yeah, it just takes you away into how could we improve the game? Fuck you.
Yeah.
That's how you can improve the game. Go fuck yourself.
Fuck off and die.
Okay. Now, what would be better about that experience? You'd be dead, and wait, no, you're right. Just go die. Man, this game, guys. Why didn't we start playing Dragon Quest VIII? That game's incredible.
I don't know. Then we might have fun distracting things on the screen. Now we have this.
Bob is of
That's
course referring
true.
to boobs.
Oh,
That game has boobs.
Dragon Quest VIII.
Yeah.
It does not much, but truth.
I guess enough for aggro.
Just a
all
dab will
that.
do it.
Just a dab will do it. And that'll do it for what we've been playing for the last week. After this Little break. We're going to talk about news. Hey everybody, welcome back. We're really glad you're joining us for the news roundup because we did a news roundup, and if you didn't make it this far, that would be a waste of time. So let's go over this fucking news. Tekken 7 was announced with a CG trailer, and apparently they're going to be using Unreal Engine 4?
What?
Yeah? So we
Yep.
only have one good-looking game on Unreal Engine. That would be that Guilty Gear game. Like, as for games with fighting engines go, that game's completely insane. Apparently, per frame, they coded the shadows to make sure it looked right.
Damn.
And that is how that game still, in every trailer I've fucking seen, it's still unbelievable. Like, I look at it and I'm like, how are you not 2D?
Right?
And that's how they per frame coded the shadows. But they haven't announced any awesome shit like that for this, and they're using Unreal Engine 4 instead of 3. So far, the announced platforms are PS4 and Xbox One.
I mean, we've been getting, like, a row of good Tekkens recently. Right?
Do I?
Did I miss one?
Well, I mean, I don't include Tag Tournament 2. But
I like Tag Tournament too.
I think I remember it being a lot better than Tag.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot better than Tag.
Because, I mean, we got, like, 5 and 6, and...
Yeah, those were both really good.
Yeah.
So hopefully they don't screw it
Well,
up.
like,
but
5 is like, oh, this is the best Tekken game ever, and 6 came out, and how the fuck is this better than 5?
Yeah.
I have to wonder with Unreal Engine 4 if they're going to be able to really match that kind of graphical leap we kind of expect of Tekken.
I'm going to guess...
They're like, it looks like Tekken 3. It's an artistic decision.
Oh no.
Oh my god. It's not going to look like Tekken 3. It's going to look like Tekken 2 CGs.
Ooh.
There's an art to the madness? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. You know, the life impersonating art impersonating life. No, this is like CG impersonating, or game impersonating CG impersonating game.
This is the point at which you look at your budget and think, we can hire artists or a PR department.
For some reason, this reminds me how Dead or Alive 4 had intro or outros for every character done by different studios.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game is weird.
Bob had
Man.
to play through as a few characters to unlock a
Master
female chief.
Master Girl Chief.
Girl chief.
Like, I know if I start calling her Fem Chief, somebody's gonna get mad at me on the
No,
internet.
I'm cool with Fem Chief. That's pretty close to Fem Shep, and I'm okay with that too. That is the term that people use for their female shepherds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're Fem Chips.
So, yeah, okay, Fem Chief. I'm okay with that.
That mountain looks like Alf.
Oh man, it does.
Hey there, buddy.
Holy shit!
I want to smoke a joint. Do I? Oh, wait. Sorry, Alf. I'm already smoking a joint. That's why you're there. Good point. I'm going to eat this cat. Oh.
Well, it got away. Well, these look like such good, strong hands.
You know, I've only seen Alf like referenced and stuff, and
You've never seen
I've
Alf?
never seen the original Alf. I've seen like
Wow.
footage of.
Yeah, I've seen
him.
bits and pieces of episodes. I didn't watch it when I was a kid.
Now, are you talking cartoon or the original show?
The original.
Have
I've
you
seen less of the cartoon.
Have you seen the cartoon?
I've not seen any of the
Oh
cartoon.
man, it's great to watch the original show and then watch the cartoon. I have this sick fetish almost with really old shitty television. And just watch it and stare into the... Okay, for example, there's a sitcom. Let me start back further. So Another World,
Oh, no.
when it came to the States, was going to be called Another World, but that was a soap opera that was going at the time. Mm-hmm. So then they changed their name to Out of This World,
Right.
which turned out to be a sitcom running in the States and Canada at that time, which was about a half alien, half human girl who, because she's half and half, gets superpowers.
Right.
She can freeze time.
I like how sitcoms from
Oh
that.
my god, wait, that's... I saw a commercial for that in line for the King Kong ride at Universal Theaters. I thought it was fake.
Yo, that's real. That is on YouTube.
Wow.
Jesus.
It is awful.
I just realized now that wait to get on the King Kong ride at Universal Studios is scarring. Because I still remember that wait. I don't remember that show. I remember waiting in that place.
I don't.
Go to YouTube and look up
probably
an
did
80s
that.
series called The Renegades.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. You'll
Okay.
thank me.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
One more thing on Tekken 7. The trailer kind of insinuates, or it acts like it's the last Tekken. That's really weird.
I hate that.
Yeah,
I
that's
hate,
dumb.
Even if you
What?
are. No, it is dumb. It is
No,
dumb
I mean,
because
it does what?
It acts like it's the final Tekken. Like
It's like the
we have
final
to end
battle
this.
will begin here, or something, or the final. This is the final battle, or
Yeah,
something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And I guess it's gonna have more of Jin's mom. I don't know. Wait, no, not Jin's mom. Kazuya's mom.
Yeah,
This is only the
Kazuya's
first
like
time.
freaking out and shit. He's just like, "You killed my mother!" But it's just like
Kazuya has a mother?
she was in Tekken 2,
No,
wasn't she?
no, that was
That's Jin's?
that was Jin's mom.
Yeah, that was June.
Okay.
I was going to say, like, are we going to get her back in a game?
She was in tag too.
Oh, was she in tag too? Okay.
Yeah, it was crazy.
But yeah, I was always under the impression that once a Mishima's like hair things get long enough,
Yeah.
just another Mishima rips out of them like a cocoon, and that's how Mishimas propagate.
And then they sell you Old Spice.
Yes.
What's wrong with me?
Damn it.
I don't know. I'm not a Mishima.
Heihachi, that's his name.
Yes.
I was trying to think of his name, but I kept coming up with Hayao Miyazaki.
Ew, that's bad. Not to connect.
Wow.
Right? Because he shows up in his like shirtless Hakama costume to Ghibli. and he's like, so it's a pig that flies a fighter plane.
Then he traps him onto a rocket and shoots him away. I don't know.
This is a really dumb podcast. What have I done? What is life? So Smash Bros. Characters were announced. Robin, the main character from Fire Emblem Awakening,
Yes, Awakening.
for the 3DS. Both male and female versions.
And that's
because,
the
of course,
main
she could
created
select.
character.
Yes.
That doesn't really feel like the main character for some reason. Chrom feels more like the main character, but
Crom.
He has a great name.
Yes.
Admittedly. And then also Lucina, which is weird future girl Marth. Spoilers. And Captain Falcon. Which they didn't really show off much Falcon.
Like they
No,
announced
they
Captain Falcon and Captain Falcon with his up B move repaired.
Yay! They're two characters. Why?
You think we've got enough goddamn Fire Emblem characters?
No.
just now.
I would say we have the exact right amount,
God
honestly.
damn it. I
It's
really
only-
expected Pokemon creep to be the thing that happened in this game. I did
so-
not see Fire Emblem coming.
The
I
latest
mean-
one was an excellent game, and it's fairly popular. Like, I'm sure it did way better than any of the others.
And it's really cool to see someone like Robin who's going to have magic instead of just the sword.
Yeah, I mean, so I figured they'd like rotate
which,
them out,
thank God.
maybe. There's fucking a lot of Fire Emblem characters.
I mean, Lucina is actually just...
Marth, straight up, move-wise, so
I'm
it's
feeling
probably...
threatened because all these Mexicans are moving up and I know nothing about their culture. And they're filling out the roster.
So you don't know Fire
trying to
Emblem.
order in Fire Emblemese.
I'm like...
It makes me uncomfortable.
Okay.
I can't really think of other like recent stuff that's been successful I would really want in there.
Yeah.
Tomodachi Life. Somehow that needs to work.
Because we already have Mies.
No, they need to have drama.
I mean, one day they're gonna put that fucking... What's the name of that puppet from Super Mario RPG?
Geno? No, they'll never put
Yeah,
him in.
I just...
No
Remember,
matter
like,
how much we beg.
after Melee, that's all I saw all over the internet. Where the fuck is Geno?
Which, yeah, I'm going to stress Gino, not Geno. You fucking,
I'm sorry.
You're not Japanese. Even then, it would be Geno.
Mm-hmm.
You. Actually, I don't know that they didn't switch around the phonetics. That would be strange, though.
Who knows?
The people who brought it over.
Or they don't. I don't know. Translation's
yeah,
weird like
okay.
that.
But apparently, with Luciana, they are putting a separate character select thing for her, even though she's basically just the skin of Mars.
That's
but
unfortunate.
They change or because they changed an element of it. Then he said that anytime he changes even the slightest thing, it's not going to be a character remap or reskin like Wii Fit trainers or girl, boy, Robin.
Ah.
So those are one character select slot. But
So the Marths do play differently?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but it doesn't
But it
sound like
sounds
super
really minor.
drastic. I
Marth
remember
Roy scenario.
something
Is
about
Roy still in it?
No, it's actually it could be less than Marth Roy scenario. What was it? Marth does most of his damage at the tip of his sword apparently, and Lucina apparently is just going to do the same damage across the whole sword. A lot of the animations from the trailer look exactly like Marth's, so it's kind of like, holy shit.
Yeah, it is.
You are the cloniest clone of Clone Town.
I mean, in her game, she's pretending to be Mars. That shows you enough.
She was a clone originally, so goddamn.
One thing I like is the Falchion. Her sword is a lot cooler than Mars ever was.
The what on her sword?
The Falchion is her sword. That's the name of her sword.
Gotcha.
Even though it's not a Falchion, it's...
It's not a falchion, and it's called the falchion?
Yes, it's on the cover of the box over there if you want to... It's the same sword in both their hands, so...
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is not a falchion.
No.
Shit, that looks like an S-stock. Does that even have a blade?
It's not long enough to be an S-stock from what I
It's all blade.
see in game. Bob's like, or Aggro's looking at it. No. I'm going with no.
No, I'm gonna go with no.
I'm just gonna keep saying it, and eventually it'll be better.
One day, fantasy games will have swords that look like they won't shatter on impact. Guys, don't learn anything about medieval weaponry. Everything ever will be ruined.
Or automobiles, or guns, or physics. Because the moment you learn about any of those, you've ruined some fiction somewhere.
Don't learn about life or love or the human experience.
I'm honestly convinced that is why fiction is way better in your teenage years. You know enough to just take it in wholesale and not think about, like, that doesn't make any fucking... Why don't they use cows in the Matrix?
Yeah. But, you know, Outlaw Star, still completely on the level.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, sweetie?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We bringing you on for an episode of GigaBoots?
Caster gun. Fuck y'all. I may
gun
have
was
my
pretty
Gene
cool.
Starwin tattoo by then.
By which he means he's assuming GigaBoots is never going to actually be made. In any case, Grim Fandango is also coming to PC, Linux, and Mac. Double Fine confirmed this via Twitter.
Nice.
And then PlayStation just sort of went, yeah, console exclusive. Did we stutter? Because at E3, they're like, coming exclusively to PS4.
So...
So that kind of sucks, but I guess that's good for everyone else.
Oh, yeah, that is good for them.
I mean, it's so weird that Sony's bankrolling a game to some extent that's just showing up on these other platforms. And when it's Grim Fandango, I wouldn't even say console is like the way you want to play that. It's a point and click.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if they remade Grim Fandango and it wasn't on PC, that's the point at which I feel bad for PC Master Racers. I'm like, yeah, no, guys, that's not cool. But I'm gonna go play Grim Fandango.
Most of it didn't even want this, but whatever.
Man, dude, okay. If you self-identify as PC Master Race and you're also a fan of Grim Fandango, get fucked. I'm gonna leave that ambiguous because it works better that way. But... Moving.
That is a very long, very specific list of the kinds of people.
You can't be both. Stop being a lying asshole. Stop lying to me and yourself, and either be one or the other. PC Master Race cannot like Grim Fandango. It is a PC game, but that's not what you're about. You're about specs and taking the sliders too high, making everything run like garbage, but then hitting print screen, putting it on Facebook, and being like, look at all these mods I installed in Skyrim.
Show us the video. Fuck off,
Maybe go fuck yourself.
console peasants.
So much better than you. I don't need to show you fucking video in my slide game. But in any case, both PS4 and Xbox One developers have been asking both platform holders for early access games as a feature. They want
Which
to.
ones? Give me a list.
Right?
This will be corrected.
We will be checking it twice with bats.
I assume this is more the indie crowd, right?
I don't know that that's the
Hopefully?
case. I
'Cause,
mean,
oh,
publishers are just as skeezy as the indies.
No, that's just dumb. It's awful.
Yeah.
It's kind of fucking up Steam right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely.
People are too dumb for that. Like, that's the floor. They are too dumb for early access to not be awful. An awful, awful experience for everyone involved.
I mean,
Except the guy who gets all the money.
Here's the thing. No, they make his life hell.
Oh, right.
Her life hell.
Then yeah, they attack for having sold them garbage that's not done.
No, not even that. Not even that. It's okay that it's not done, especially if it's a simulation type game. No, it's you didn't put in this feature I asked for months ago. I bought your game. You need to design it like I want it. That is how every one of these goes.
Oh, wow. That's really bad.
Yeah, it is a fucking carnival nightmare
Yep.
zone, which is in Sonic 2.
God, early access is dumb.
Well, like, here's the thing. If anything, consoles are about the purity of the experience, right? Like, on a console, you don't get mods. You don't get a slew of different resolutions. There's a lot of flexibility you kind of lose when you go to consoles. As such, I feel like the one thing console has going for it is the purity of the experience, and early access does completely sullies that. It's not even debatable. That is just not a great experience, period. Full stop. Guys, I can just now buy my first fucking sword.
Nice.
Jesus.
Maybe you should have, studied at the Magic Academy.
It probably wouldn't have taken
He also has spells.
Oh, yeah?
I think he's good.
Yeah, I do have spells like Hurt.
Hurt's a great name for a spell.
Ow! Oh, I can't even describe it. It just hurts.
There was some anime a few seasons back where they basically had the Dragon Quest hero as the main character.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he was called Hero. No,
Oh, my God.
He was Mao something.
Was it that anime you showed me that was just humorous and RPG sort of?
There were two of them going that was very similar, so I'm not sure. Was it set in modern day Tokyo or was it set in fantasy land?
Fantasyland.
Okay, it might have been that.
Help me out, Bob. I think I know what you're talking about.
People compared it to the Spice and Wolf because it has a lot of economic stuff in it.
Huh.
No,
Strange.
I was wrong.
Okay, we're going to move on. If everyone's okay with that. Okay. So, new Pokemon game, the remakes, are going to feature secret bases and Pikachu cosplay. Secret bases, you get a small area, and other players can come visit it, and you get to decorate it and set it up.
That was the original one, wasn't it?
Yeah, we, yep.
What I hear, though, is that you can set up, like, a gym in it.
See, that's the thing. They said that, but then I watched the trailer, and the trailer seemed less pushing that angle. Like, it's just sort of, it's like having a gym instead of it acts like a gym. So it's probably just like a decorative thing.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. So that is what I figured, which is why I wasn't bringing up my hopes too high on that of like, maybe it'll function like a gym does. Nope. What else? The Pikachu cosplay. No shit. They're like, you know how the Pokemon games have human archetypes, where it's like Pokemon fanatic. I can't remember. Karate champ.
Yeah, swimmer, lass, kindergartner.
Yeah. Okay.
Pokefan,
So
ace trainer.
Pikachu gets a bunch of outfits that are basically cosplaying the humans.
Nice.
It's just so fucking weird because it's like, we gave this thing to this one Pokemon, and you're like, I remember Silver, and when every Pokemon could follow me, can I get that because I don't like Pikachu? And they're like, fuck you like Pikachu. Look, it worked in the 90s, it still works today. And I'm like, no, actually.
Why can't you have a Pokemon follow you at all in the new ones? I guess it's already lagging enough.
Yeah, it's already not running too great. Thanks, 3DS. Thanks, Obama. Any more comments from anyone? Otherwise, I'm just...
No, they remade 3rd gen. I have promised myself to not talk about it.
Okay. So, Neversoft Studios has been fully integrated into the Infinity Ward team, so Neversoft is no longer a thing. To commemorate, they burned a giant fucking effigy shaped like the Neversoft eyeball with this blade through it and the barbed wire around it. They burnt it They just fucking lit that shit up, and then they gave out commemorative knives with Neversoft printed on the side. And they're fucking metal knives. They aren't like, oh, here's a kitchen knife. No, these are like fucking, let's go to Arabia and kill a bitch.
God damn. Bye, Neversoft.
You went out like you came in, fucking metal. Because I would like to know, the first game was that Bruce Willis game, the Apocalypse, whatever that thing was. I don't know the actual.
Right.
I forgot about it. It's mostly, I remember that as a part of the anecdote where when they did Tony Hawk 1 right after that, in the code, the skater is referred to as Bruce Willis. The Dreamcast port studio gets a hold of it, and they're like, Bruce, what? The fuck? Bruce Willis is in this game?
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. The greatest soundtrack in the history of video games.
It's pretty fucking true. 2 and 3 have great soundtracks. I realized that 4 is when it really goes to shit. There were like maybe 3 tracks in 4 that are good.
I have to think about that. I'm like, man, as bad as Tony Hawk soundtracks got, they never got as bad as Watch Dogs soundtrack.
Watch Dogs soundtrack was just Ubisoft trying to cut corners in a way they thought they could, which they are completely wrong on that. The soundtrack really makes open world games a lot of the time. That GTA type open world game especially. Hey, Bob.
What's up?
Let's reminisce on Watch Dogs, shall we? Remember that time I showed you that footage that was like 2 hours of me playing Watch Dogs that I just recorded out in the middle of nowhere? And I showed you multiple times when I got like crazy amount of choppers and cops on me. I just leap off of a bridge and hide underneath it, and they lost me every time.
Yep.
That was like the only part of that quick play I watched.
Can you move the news computer and then I get a phone call at the same time?
Wow. Doing good.
Go fuck yourself.
Like, I remember Watch Dogs before it came out. I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be the best fucking game ever. I'm like, oh man, that sounds really exciting. And then, like, the day it came out, I woke up and I'm like, why does the air feel weird? What is that? Oh god, is that disappointment? What came out today?
It seemed like most of what people were excited for was stuff they completely made up and was never even referenced to. I don't know.
Yeah, like Watch Dogs had that mystique around it.
People or journalists being crazy. They need to stop that. Like, what you saw at the end of that was hints at a multiplayer mode that you went insane with. Why did you think that was going to be so much bigger than it was?
Oh, you mean the original Unveil?
Yeah.
It did really hint at grandeur. Like, because it was integrated fully into the single-player experience. It clearly was hinting at something larger there. At the same time, you shouldn't be working for a game website if you didn't realize that was bullshit.
Right?
Fuck you. I'm sorry, there are very few things that get me angrier than, I'm a journalist. I'm going to go ahead and just write this in here without putting a single word about doubt. But
yeah, how much they ride the hype train on previews is insane. I don't know why they can never say anything bad.
Yeah, at the same time though, we put out 3 Freedom Planet quick plays, all of which were gushing.
Yeah.
We did that.
I'm not going to fill in the rest of this circle. I'm still trying to decide whether or not I'm reviewing that. There are people I like who made that. And part of me is like, do I really want to shit on their income? Besides, I'm sure everyone who's watched those videos so far is 100% going to enjoy that game more than me.
Shit, I'll still probably buy it. It's too late. I'm in too deep.
You're in too deep? Sonic fandom?
No. Well, here's the thing. Yeah. I love Sonic.
Yeah.
I am not a Sonic fan. Or rather, I am not in the Sonic fandom.
You sure?
Like you don't have to be a part of the New Aryan Brotherhood to think white people are awesome.
Whoa! Did you just compare the Sonic fandom to?
I consider them a hate group. Yeah.
Okay.
I have no actual legalistic or grammatical basis for this opinion.
Okay.
It's just something I decide to say on the internet.
Now that I have a really scary weapon, all these creatures keep running away.
The creatures run?
Yeah, I had the last 3 flee from the battle before it even began.
Huh.
Yeah, here's the thing. The Sonic fandom isn't full of people. It's full of fursonas. These shells of human beings that walk about pretending they are something else.
God, more OCs per square inch than any other fandom I've ever seen.
Yeah, absolutely.
The pony fandom started getting close, but no, can't touch it.
It will take another decade of MLP running for that to work. And speaking of which, is that thing rolling down? Have they finished MLP?
No, season 4 wrapped up.
I just
There's
of the
there's a
brony.
second movie coming out.
I keep thinking, what is it? Minor League Ponies? That's weird.
Right.
Major League Ponies. Come on. In any case, I just asked because a lot of the fervor of the fandom has really died down.
Yeah, you had it was novel and interesting, and you had the irony boost, and then around season 2 was this huge thing, and then the people who were there because they thought it was funny left, and then the people who were there because they were making fun of them left, and then they're just a fan base now. They have acclimated into the internet. The explosion is over. You can all return to your homes and jobs and forums.
So one more thing on this Infinity Ward wording Neversoft.
Yeah.
That's really sad.
Absolutely.
Because you know that Infinity Ward is just going to keep cranking out the worst Call of Duties.
Yes.
Now that all the talent's gone, Neversoft clearly doesn't have enough talent to do that. They aren't good at that.
They've been helping out with the past Call of Duties, making maps and shit.
Right, and none of those are good.
Yeah.
That is some drowned man dragging you off the boat shit right there.
Yeah.
Your boat was already shit, but man, that guy's drowning. Skullgirls Encore is coming out for the Vita and PS4. No cross-buy announced. Woo!
Yeah,
We don't have to do weird shit to get our PS4 controllers working on PC.
Yeah, and I do actually need to play any good amount of Skullgirls at some point.
You really do. You'll fall in love with it. Just play any of the story modes.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, the new Eliza story mode is supposed to be one of the most in-depth one they've done so far. That's what they said.
Cool.
Yeah,
Glad
to get a lot of new lore stuff and just have more pictures, I guess. That's what it may sound like.
I feel like by releasing Skullgirls Encore, they're kind of missing their opportunity to have a Skullgirls 2 be their major next-gen debut.
At the same time, that would take so long.
Yeah, I know. That's sort of the thing. There are people with these PS4s looking for games. There are people who want Skullgirls on that platform, and a lot of emails that just get sent in for that.
Right.
So wouldn't they want to push a Skullgirls out on the platform before they put a 2 out?
Absolutely.
Right.
That works better sales-wise, undoubtedly. But as a sort of story, I guess, of Skullgirls and its development and stuff, it does feel better. It does look more impressive to just be here's a new Skullgirls. It's absolutely insanely high-res sprites and blah, blah, blah. That sort of thing. Because they would no longer be limited by the last consoles. Instead, we're basically getting a version that is sort of roundabout limited by the last consoles, in that their goals aren't set much higher for these things. I hope we get enough sales out of this in the DLC or whatever.
What it sounds like is they're waiting till they finish all that stuff, so it releases all at once.
Yeah, that's what it's sounding like. But I meant DLC, PS3, PC,
right?
Because it's only free temporarily on those things,
right?
To get enough money for an actual Skullgirls 2. Or at least a spin-off.
Right.
Skullgirls Tactics.
No, Tales Adventure. Just call it that.
They did do a vote earlier on what they'd want their what their fan base would want them to make next. One of the options was Metroidvania.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Yeah. This was back when they actually had somewhat good relations with Konami.
They're we're making a Metroid game. What? Are you gonna try and license it? No. Come and stop us.
I'm looking at you, God.
God's I can't be aware of Metroidvania games. Yeah, it's part of the basic way the universe is coded. I don't know. It never seemed to be a problem before.
There's one more news. Wow, that scorpion looks fucking weird.
He's like a mountain scorpion.
I think he's really close, Bob. I don't think he's like 2 feet away from that giant rock.
Are we sure?
Maybe our head's on the ground.
I'm thinking it's like horse-sized.
Holy shit, look at that scorpion.
Maybe
Thanks,
you are
Al.
just like rolling around through the forest with your sword out.
That sounds like this
I
guy.
wonder if anyone on the internet's ever pointed out that looks like Alf, because that's killing me now.
Right? I keep looking back at the screen and I'm like, damn it.
Stop eating cats. It's not cool. The internet will hate you for it. One more news thing, and we'll get back to Metroidvania. So, Gigantic is a game that's been announced for PC. It's being called an Offense of the Ancients type game, where it's a more aggressive MOBA. And it involves attacking giant creatures on the enemy's teams, apparently.
Yeah,
So
apparently
you have this small team, and then you have giant creatures that they own. So think of it conceptually as like less of a tower scenario, and more like they have a giant creature that you have to go fuck.
Yeah, because if the creature dies, that's when you win the match.
Yes. So it's also being made by the lead designer of StarCraft, which is interesting.
Huh.
Apparently, he worked on Guild Wars as well, which I was like, what?
Huh. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, a lot of those early Blizzard guys went over and did that shit.
Ran away.
Yeah, like every time Blizzard makes a game, they splinter off a few employees who go found a company.
Well, they've got the clout to do that.
Right.
Speaking of which, I hear from Jeff Grossman of the Giant Bomb. He says it constantly. That Marvel game, the free-to-play one on Steam, which its name has now been changed to like Marvel Universe 2015 or something.
Right. Okay.
Which is
that one.
Its own story. But in any case, that game is straight up some like what Diablo 3 was going to be shit.
Huh.
Yeah. Like, it's made by OG Blizzard people. It has a lot of mechanics in it that were going to be what Diablo 3 was until they rebooted it, like, the nth time. And it's apparently a really excellent game.
I need to try that. I hear it has Squirrel Girl playable.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Seriously?
Yes.
Rockin'.
Great. Man. So I plan with this newfound free time, aside from making all these videos, and I still have like 3 more days straight of just, okay, get these games together, we're doing this stuff, blah, 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 to get our updates regular. To consume that fucking book by Patrick Miller, that fighting game book, and to fucking get into that community. I want to know the term, because I constantly hear these fucking FGC commentators, and they're like, oh, he just did a mix-up to a sweet, and I'm just like, what the fuck is a mix-up?
I think
he just pulled out a fucking...
Was it kicking him in the head? Was that it? Was that the mix-up?
What's up?
SPD was the most confusing term when I was watching EVO.
I've never heard of that.
It's a Power Ranger season, right?
Yeah.
Apparently, it's what they kept calling it Zangief's like command grab in SPD. I don't know why.
Midnight Sunday Bash. No, that doesn't fit. SPD.
Yeah.
Emergency.
Is that a CSI series or?
But yeah, I always figured the mix-up was if you do a high and then a low.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
I can see that. There are a lot of terms.
There are.
I want to know them, and I'm really excited that this free ebook is out there. I really want somebody to make like a YouTube video series that is straight up that ebook, like with the permission from the guy. I think I may write him to just be like, "Hey, can I do that?"
Can you pull off any of these?
Oh! You must best me in a contest of skill.
Well, that's just not going to happen.
We're playing Street Fighter Third Strike. Oh, that's really not going to happen.
That's really not going to happen. I don't know how good Patrick Miller is. Maybe he's garbage, huh?
maybe just...
He has self-described himself as not too great at fighting games to the extent of being able to hold his own, like, at EVO.
Huh.
But he's beaten people at EVO.
There's something.
More than one.
Okay. I mean, when you have a pool of 2,000 people
Yeah,
for Street
I mean,
Fighter,
you
there's
fucking-
going to be some bad guys.
You cut through the
Bad-
Swiss to get the cream, man.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah?
Sorry, card game tournaments.
Okay. But yeah, I don't know. Just super excited about that. But now, in this podcast, we get to do our roundtable. That's right. We have a roundtable this week. I figured after the highly explosive conclusion to last week, we would just throw a roundtable in here that really fits that tone and mood.
Oh,
So
God.
stick around for our awesome roundtable about genre terms such as Metroidvania and roguelike.
Awesome.
Hey, and welcome back. We're going to do a roundtable here about terms of gaming that have gotten a stigma attached to them, not the least of which being genres. So, as we were talking about what this segment was going to be about, it came up, there was a thread on NeoGaf recently that was like, most hated terms in gaming. And one guy posted dude bros?
Dude bros.
And apparently that's a term in gaming somehow.
Well, yeah, we often use it to describe, like, COD bros.
Yeah, but that is also a term outside of gaming.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, it's both.
they're dude bros.
The dude bros do many things. They multitask.
But see, that's the thing. That doesn't make it a gaming term at that point. That's just a thing people say. That's not supposed to go in that fucking thread.
Well, I mean, like
That's some dude bro being like,
it-
I hate that people call me this.
it's context sensitive. Like, art fags are a thing outside of gaming, but they do very gaming specific things in gaming.
It was kind of like the time I looked up the Urban Dictionary definition of douche or something, or
Yeah.
some other website's definition of douche, and it was clear that the person who was a douche was called a douche and didn't like being called a douche, so then they asserted via this webpage that the term douche had lost its meaning.
Nice. It's like those bumper stickers that say, "You call me bitch like it's a bad thing." I'm like,
Where to start? Step 1, take the taco out of your mouth. Never mind, put it back in. You'll shut up for a bit.
but yeah, dude bros. Like, dude bros are a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe people 10 years from now, kids growing up won't know how to identify a dude bro. Like hipsters.
No,
just
they won't know how
emerged
to
and then-
identify hipster. That's
Yeah, like hipsters emerged and that term immediately became universally useless. Like, you look at a person, you're like, you're a hipster. Can you define that? No, but you're a hipster.
I don't know. I still think hipster holds on to a good bit of its identity. The only time it doesn't have that is when people just throw it at a person they don't like.
Yeah,
For example, mustache, hipster.
yeah.
Turtleneck, hipster. Sweater vest, hipster.
I mean, like,
All of these things are very
at a certain
instantly...
point, liking things that are mainstream, popular makes you a hipster, but then not
No.
liking things that are popular
No.
makes... No, I hear people that like mainstream things called hipster all the time. Like, something gets really popular really quick. Oh, well, those kids are all hipsters.
No,
Because
that's-
hipsters will flock to something.
Okay, hipsters will flock to something, but that doesn't make it mainstream popular. That just means it's popular at this moment because hipsters flock to it. Yeah, like Adventure Time.
Yeah.
Which is okay. Like, I'm not throwing this out as haterade.
It's like, man, hipsters love Adventure Time. Yeah, it's like black people like fried chicken. You know who else likes it? Everybody, because it's fucking awesome.
I was just going to say Adventure Time is hipster bait and fried chicken's black person bait, but whatever.
Trapping human beings, Dan?
Not right now! But no, really, I just think...
Is dude bros a negative term?
absolutely.
Oh. I don't know, they're dude bros.
Okay, no, okay. Let me explain. Dude bros play Call of Duty, Halo, and Gears of War.
Yeah.
Dude bros, to the majority of gamers, which is another term
Yeah.
we'll get into in a second, are those assholes who beat them up at school who shouldn't be playing games because games are for them. There we
Yeah,
go.
fuck those second people.
The
Like, dude bros can
victim
be your
complex.
friends. Yeah.
The possessive victim complexers.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's how I feel about that too. And I mean...
Because it's just, it feeds into that image that people who were oppressed in high school were good people. that nerds are good nerds are not good people. Our culture becoming mainstream has made that very apparent to everyone. Our culture is poisonous, destructive, based on one-upsmanship, cred checking, and bullshit.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be this popular. We're horrible people.
Absolutely. That is 100% the case.
I like-
Speaking of which, have you seen my Nathan Drake statue that I got with my $100+ limited edition of Uncharted 3.
Oh, did you do that too?
No.
Oh, yeah. No, I did that, motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's my cred, you bitch.
I think part of
you didn't even finish Uncharted
your
3.
cred
You're not
privilege.
a real gamer.
See, there you go. Thank you for that.
I think part of the dude bro thing being a negative term is also they view it as they are what's killing the industry. Like,
Well, absolutely. I would say that's the case. That it's that so many sales can go to this one thing, which, God, that is so... You don't understand economically what's happening at the point where you're like, all these people who only play this game are killing the industry. No, that's not... The publishers are killing the industry.
right?
All those people who buy that game would not be buying other games otherwise. Mm-hmm. And I mean, you're absolutely right. I'm sure in working at a game store, Bob, you get all sorts of people who blame the dude bros for killing the industry.
I actually don't. I mostly just serve dude bros. I don't know.
Yeah, that's about
I
what I figured.
bow to you, dude bro overlord. Yes, trade in Call of Duty for the 7th time this year.
It's how GameStop lives.
Yeah, it's fucking... It's
Yes, give me a Call of Duty.
They're like, we ran out of sports to make games out of to sell them one every year. Is war a sport? It is in America.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking accurate.
It is funny how dead Madden seems. At least for my store. Like, that game does not sell.
Yeah, I do believe their numbers have been shrinking. It's possible that in the next couple of years it could surge again.
Yeah, I mean, with the new console gen, it might breathe some life into it.
Yeah, which is important, which is why it is so important that we get new consoles regularly. Guys,
So they can release more Madden games.
you almost killed us last time. Don't fucking do it again. I mean, seriously, the cycle was so long last time. It was like what was it? Asphyxiation erotic?
Autoerotic asphyxiation.
Autoerotic asphyxiation. They just fucking overdid it. And they were just like, no, there's still more. It's almost there. And they almost choked and died. It went really fucking terribly to the point where a bunch of fucking asshats decided they understood the game industry and economics at a scale where they could say the console segment is dead. Consoles are dead. Fucking idiots.
Fucking iPhone-toting hipsters.
Speaking of which, spoiler for the rant is go. It's their goddamn fault that we don't have any games this year. All these people with consoles are dead. AAA is fucking... They're already clenching hard. The moment you remotely scare them into thinking consoles aren't viable, they're just going to be like, whoa, cancel everything for that. But in any case...
I like dude bros, though.
You like dude bros.
I don't want to hang out with
Okay.
them all the time, but I love talking to dude bros who play video games.
You hate Joseph Nealon.
Joseph Nealon is a fucking bro.
No, he's a dude bro.
He's not a dude bro.
Dude.
He's just a bro.
Dude. He's a dude bro.
He's just a bro.
Bob, does that man not own a Call of Duty, all of Halo, and Gears of War?
He's dude bro confirmed. I don't know.
No,
Yeah,
Joseph
no.
Nealon is a regular bro.
No,
He's
that
not
guy,
a dude bro.
That guy is a dude bro.
No.
Okay,
He's
look.
not fratty enough to be a dude bro.
No. Okay, here, check it out. He is fratty in the sense that he wants the frat. Can you admit that? Like, at that level of, like, maybe he's not running the frat, maybe he's not of a high level in the frat, but he wants in. He wants to be a part of that.
That doesn't mean he's qualified for it.
Okay, in any case, look, dude bros are bros that say dude a lot while playing. And I played Halo with Joseph fucking Nealon. I played Halo with Joseph fucking Nealon, and I will tell you, that man says dude a shitload. We've made videos with Joseph Nealon where he says dude.
Anyway, moving on from dude bros.
Okay, let's move on to gamer.
Gamer? Oh, man.
Okay, let me just give me 1 second. You two talk amongst yourself about gamer. I will be right back.
Where's he going? I
I
don't
don't
even know where to
fucking
start
know.
on gamer. I don't know. Is it... What do you think, Aggro?
No, Bob, you're going to have to carry this whole segment.
Oh, no.
I have foisted this responsibility off onto you.
Gamers play video games. Probably with a lot of their time.
Do they?
I want to... Uh-oh.
Okay, so I'm holding in my hand a Coke Zero.
Right.
Now, I'll have you know, I bought a 12-pack of Coke Zero the other day. And Coke has this campaign going. It's the Share a Coke with blah.
Right.
For some reason, beyond my mortal understanding, 90% of the Cokes, Zeros, 12 packs were gamer. Share a Coke with a gamer. 90%. I don't know more than one fucking gamer who drinks Coke Zero at all.
Look, they're trying to expand their market.
That doesn't work, though. That's not how you do that.
Here, take this. I hate this, though.
Welcome to the gaming industry.
So I start thinking about it. Here, take this. Is this a dick?
That is all of the last gen. You guys wanted us to do this to Devil May Cry, right?
Co-ops and everything. Thanks. I like
but only
games.
online.
God damn it. You're so... Like, God, I hate that. And I hate every journalist who shat on people for not being okay with the online co-op scenario. They're just like, who the fuck plays video games with other people in person anymore? It's like me, because I'm not a fucking loser like you, who apparently just killed his social life for a fucking job. I mean, I'm not trying to say that everyone should be accessible to go over to a dude's house to play a game.
That shit's hard.
I'm just saying, God damn it, don't shit on people who do that. Don't act like you're socially above them. You're not. You're sitting at your house alone, eating Hot Pockets on your fucking headset, talking to a guy in another state, because you moved that far for a fucking job.
I mean, something I see most commonly in my store is people want multiplayer games because they're like on vacation or just looking for something to do on the weekend.
Yeah.
And there are hardly any.
Yeah. I mean, shit.
I take them to the wall, point out 5, 6 games, and that's it.
We played the shit out of Smash and Towerfall this year just because there were 4 player on a single couch.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying we're the majority of the game industry, but gaming, like any hobby, spreads between groups. It spreads out between people who know each other. Mm-hmm. Oh, that was a sound. Oh, it stopped recording. Yeah, I mean, if anything, games like Samurai Gun, that was the name of it.
Yeah, Samurai Gun. That's another common
in
one.
Towerfall, all these games getting popular, being developed by, lower scale developers. Indie, another term we'll get into in a second, shows that couch co-op is very, very important, very viable. People love doing it. It's social. And yet the industry really, really went away from that. It seems... And the reason why is because, that online co-op necessitates 2 copies of the game, if not more. Whereas couch co-op, you're the only one of us who owned Towerfall for like a month.
Right. And I at the same time, I always was like, well, maybe because they're pushing graphics so much, making split screen would just be too hard.
I mean, it would. It would be effort. It would take time.
Right.
But, yeah.
Yeah. Dead Space Free baffles me. One, why would you need co-op in Dead Space? That is the last series that needs co-op.
Well, maybe you don't want to be that lonely in space.
In space, this one guy can hear you scream.
It's online only, so cool. It's like, why? Yeah, okay.
But now, like Dead Space 3, you knew who you were playing with, right?
Yeah.
Because I always wanted it to be like a Journey thing, where you log into Dead Space and there's just some guy from the internet with you. So you don't know what his intentions are. Maybe he's doing the mission where he leads you to this room and kills you.
That would make that the Dark Souls of horror games.
Oh my god.
Are you familiar with that just structure?
Yeah, yes I am.
I'm sick of that structure. You know what else people are sick of? Metroidvania. Apparently people fucking hate the genre term Metroidvania. What are your thoughts on that, Aggro?
Keep hating, bitch.
Because it ain't going nowhere?
It's a Metroidvania. It's a descriptive term of a setup for a game.
Yeah, I mean, it very much directly describes what those are. Like, it's hard to get much more precise, and it's when you start applying the term to things you shouldn't is the only time that it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, which does happen. Apparently, Dark Souls has been described as a Metroidvania.
What?
Right?
No.
Yeah. That's...
Damn it.
Yeah.
Because just finding keys is good enough.
Damn it.
Yeah, it's like the nuance of unlocking exploratory abilities is completely lost on these cretins, Daniel said, and then adjusted his ascot and turtleneck. Both Yeah.
Like, we have a game with a map you go back and forth in.
So a game? I don't know. Look, guys, this right here we're playing is a Metroidvania.
Muramas is a Metroidvania.
Yeah.
Well, actually.
A little bit.
Yeah, it does fit that a lot better than most of these games we've been talking about.
So, yeah, a lot of people are taking that out on the term Metroidvania instead of the people who say it about weird shit.
All right.
Another term, roguelike. I'm perfectly cool with putting down roguelike. I understand what a roguelike is, but it feels weird to say that game is a roguelike when really oh wow, did it again. Fucking 10 hits. Thou art dead. Do I retain? What are you, God? 330. Oh, Jesus. I know I just gained that level, but good lord. But yeah, apparently I keep my experience and get half my gold, I think. But yeah, in any case, but gamer. At what point do you think the term gamer got sullied?
Around the time we started hearing the word hardcore twice a sentence at E3?
No, it's core.
Core. Right.
Core.
Oh, yeah, no, core came out of hardcore.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought most people had more of a problem with core as a term. Which, I don't know. They're business people. When they say core, they literally mean, like, this is the strongest pillar of our business division. We depend on these people to buy anything we put out.
I think it became a buzzword in the core versus casuals thing.
Yeah. Core versus dude, bro. Rebel 1 the first. Oh man, when's that Guilty Gear come out?
I don't know. They still don't have the exact day. They just like it's in fall.
Fuck.
Right?
Every day I'm like, why haven't we imported?
I'm not sure if I don't think it's out in Japan yet. No.
What?
Yeah. Well, it's in arcades in Japan. That's where.
Why haven't we imported?
But
Buy a cabinet. Buy an arcade. You know what? Buy Japan.
what was I gonna say?
Will we get Capcom if we buy Japan?
Have we talked about on the podcast how garbage the Guilty Gear story is?
No, we haven't.
That game actually has a villain that is referred to as that man.
Rockin'. Well, we have mentioned that you don't ask about Guilty Gear lore.
Yes, it's all so bad.
Yeah, I read enough game facts descriptions of people and locations to know this is terrible.
Aren't they all androids?
No. The gears are.
Ah.
Now ask which ones are the gears.
No. The next question is, why are they guilty?
Because they hold the burden of sin? I don't know. Fuck.
So anyway, the term gamer,
Yeah.
it feels poisonous to me because it is ambiguous enough to always be used differently and solely for the purpose of exclusion.
Yeah. You think?
The term seems to only exist so you can tell people they're not gamers or they're not real gamers. Because if structurally it would seem that all you would need to qualify to be a gamer is to play video games, which is like fucking everybody.
Yeah. Well,
but I mean, then we take it into like, no, if you seriously focus on video games as a hobby. But then like, well, no, these guys are casuals. They're not real gamers. And then it becomes you're not playing the right games. And then it's that kind of thing I was talking about, how nerds are horrible people, where it's just these constricting rings of these are the real people and these are the real hardcore ones and these are the guys that are really with the...
Oh, Dan, watch out. That was poison you walked through.
yeah, I know. You swamp that hurt. Completely different. I'm no longer poisoned. I'm just running circles.
I think that was a Buddhist hell.
Gotta go fast. Yeah, there's that, and then there's also the idealized, from a marketing perspective, idea of the type of person who plays video games that is a gamer, that has their Mountain Dews and their monsters at the ready. Mm-hmm. Who is a...
Gamer feed? Is that what they tried to sell us?
When we have drinkified snacks and snackified drinks.
I still think that is a good idea, and I'm angry at Penny Arcade for shitting on it, because I have drank many fucking Asian drinks that have food in them, and they're fucking bitching. Mm-hmm. That was a valid endeavor that Pepsi went on. And then they just didn't do it.
Yeah.
Assholes. Because I drink a coconut drink from a Philippine market that has shavings of an actual coconut in it. Mm-hmm. Fucking delicious.
Yeah. I trained a bird of paradise to chew and ingest Cheetos and then regurgitate them into my mouth while I played World of Warcraft.
All this really happened, okay.
Burning Crusade was some serious shit, man. You had to be on top of your CCs.
But you would know that if you were a real gamer.
That's always been my favorite part. Do we have to include everyone who lost their life to World of Warcraft as a gamer?
Because
the term is... It's useless.
Yeah, it doesn't really...
Now, something that comes up a lot, I see, when people get angry over the concept of a gamer, because the concept of the gamer seems to lie on the idea that that is primarily what they do. Like, they do that hobby above all else, and they may have no other hobbies. Like, they don't watch movies, they don't listen to music, they are gamers. And that is such an uncultured piece of shit that these people who are angry at the term gamer want nothing to do with them. I always find that interesting, that it's just like this extreme rage over, that person's an asshole. I hate the game, the term, can I sleep? What does that do? Oh, that's for enemies. I put them to sleep. I thought I would heal better. But I would have known that. I was a real gamer. But yeah, no, it's I find that strange too, because it's like you hate the term gamer, which, as you just said, primarily the worst part of that usually is that people use it to exclude others. But then you're sitting here and you're like, you don't do things other than play games. You're a fucking shithead, and I want nothing to do with you. Just like, whoa. Maybe they have. I don't know these people, but let's just assume they have the reasons. Maybe they. I mean, for a long time, like, my number one thing I did was play video games because I find them more mentally stimulating than movies. And I'm not going to read a book because I'm not gay, right? I'm just kidding. Yeah, so for me, it was mostly about, like, having active agency. Being interactive is not theoretically or whatever, literally more engaging mentally than a movie, because the player, the viewer in the case of the movie, doesn't. You actually have to actively delve into contemplating the movie, which I know is something you and I both do. Aggro. You have said similar statements in the past of, like, you're watching a movie and your brain is just thinking about this weird fucking thing about it. Like, I'm watching Lord of the Rings and I'm like, man, the orcs, that's fucking bullshit. Humans, they have to get to an appropriate age and blah, blah, blah. And just, hobbits are fucking small, not that helpful. And just thinking about enlisting all these people to the army and free will. And orcs don't get any of that. They just fucking, you exist, kill.
They're evil.
One second.
That's kind of why we're trying to wipe them out.
Though thou art as brave as thy ancestor, GigaBoot, thou cannot defeat the great Dragon Lord with such weapons. Thou shouldst come here again. Oh my god. What a fucking shitty game. He said, dragging his diseased ass out of town. Okay, so moving on from gamer, because I feel like we really put the nail in that coffin. You two agree? Any other further comments?
I was thinking that I think gamer, I was trying to think of a term as spread nebulous and just weird as gamer has become. And I think feminist is what I came up with.
Absolutely.
It's pretty much in the same boat. It's a bunch of loosely connected groups on a scale that sort of have to do with each other, whose ideologies are completely not at all aligned with anybody else's.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if we have a term for movie watchers.
No, we don't. Which is
no. Like, there's a portmanteau scenario there, or a hyphenated combination there.
We call them movie buffs.
Movie buffs.
Book snobs.
I don't know. Movie buff is as much a thing as a gamer. Like, if we exclusively made gamer the hardcore types who are like, I have all these special editions of these things, and Mega Man and classics are hugely important to me. The type of people you imagine inhabit the retroware forums and the like.
So what you're saying is we need something like Game Buff? I don't know. I feel like
Dude, I want to get game ripped.
you gotta get the P90.
Fucking
to do that,
video
though.
swole.
Okay. I'm all right with all of this. I don't see what the problem is. Let's bring that term back. Gamer/game ripped.
The FCC completely misunderstands what's going on.
Things go downhill. And here's the last one I really want to focus on. You okay?
No, game ripped is kind of okay.
I want to get ripped just so I can host a show called Game Ripped. I would watch that, and it doesn't matter if anyone else would.
That is the core of true art.
Yes. GigaBoots has ascended to the next level of being YouTube channel hipsters.
+2 con, +2 int.
Indie.
That term's been shitty since movies were using it.
Has it though? I feel like in any case, if it's certifiably a low-scale production, you could call it indie.
Well, because it's not supposed to be a low-scale production. It's supposed to be independent of the 5 major studios. But now these studios all have an indie branch.
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of
It's like
crazy.
the EA Indie sale.
Yes. I mean, shit, Ubisoft had that game Child of Light recently. Most people keep conflating that with the idea of an indie game.
Yeah.
They're like, that's an indie game. And it's like, no,
It's
that's
a low budget
a
title.
low budget title. It's okay that it's low budget. It's actually glorious that it's low budget.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like, that's the problem, though. We just had to say 3 words to match what indie should have been.
Right.
And the problem is, like, there are people who do the exact opposite, right? Like, the Child of Light's indie because it's low budget. There are the opposite people. It's like, Child of Light's not indie because it wasn't made by one dude in a month talking about how he feels about the fact he's gay. It's not a game that's about something morally. It's not indie. Like, it is just interesting, in my opinion, how that group has arisen. Like,
Hipsters?
no, like, I wouldn't just call them hipsters. They're like a palace guard of obnoxiousness. They're pretentious knights of the Holy Order.
Super hipsters.
Super hipsters. Okay, I'm okay with that.
Like, hipsters come in different elemental varieties.
Absolutely. I would say so. Shoujo hipsters, for example, like Jeff.
So yeah, you've got all these like different scales of studios, and because like we talk about AAA games, and I'd love to start doing like AA, single A, minor league,
Yeah,
circuit prison league.
What?
Welcome to the Penitentiary Game Jam. You have 48 hours.
This area right here was completely your TV's sad
It's
again.
so sad.
So sad. Completely remade in that Game Center CX game.
Oh,
Or
yeah?
Retro Game Challenge, as it's called in the States.
Mm-hmm.
There was an RPG in there that was straight up Dragon Quest styled. I feel like I'm going to be angry if there's no secret here. Because there wasn't that version. And god damn it, look at this. There should be a secret here.
Make sure to search the sand all around it.
Oh my god.
I mean, just the strip right around it, not all of the sand you see.
You're a bad man. You were going to say something, Bob?
I don't even know.
Because of the thought of me searching
Yeah,
every
searching
grain of
every
sand in the desert.
I mean, just certain the ones around it even is pretty bad.
It is.
Like, the king comes out, like, what the fuck have you been doing? You've been gone for months, and you just hold up 2 fistfuls of sand. That's grains of sand in an hourglass. These are the days of... Oh, hey, it's a potion. Found it. Found it.
Found it, everyone.
We're good.
Calm down. Gonna
We
be
had to
okay.
go in the deserts.
For the Dragon Lord? No, you don't. Wrong. Incorrect. Man, I bet next podcast I'm going to have to tackle that cave. That cave's the son of a bitch.
I mean, could we usefully describe the scale of a game based on, like, studio size or budget? Or...
I believe you could.
Yeah?
But not with a single term.
Yeah.
Unless we just made that term right here, right now, and then everybody worked with it. But that's not really how Lexicon works. I mean, people speak in the stupidest terms possible because that's what catches fire, right? It's the simplest concept. And sadly, in this case, indie is not simple enough.
And I think maybe with like the rise of indie and them filling out the middle with all these like huge studios breaking off into small studios and getting fired, and like maybe we filled that sliding scale in enough to where like this is my ideal perfect world. It just stops being a thing. Like this is an indie game. This is a AAA game. This is a game that came out.
Yeah, but you still need something to describe. Like, there are different levels of polish that go into a $10, $15, $20, $30, $40.
Because I carry a fucking computer around in my pocket, I don't have to talk to people. I can show them a trailer. I love the future.
Yeah, it's pretty good. How's it going for you, Bob? Future all right?
It's okay. I don't have one of these magic phones, so...
You do have a Vita, though.
I guess.
You just need to leech Wi-Fi off of your friend. Hey, let me show you this thing. No. Damn.
What was I gonna say? It was something about
indie.
Indie. Right. Skullgirls. That's technically published by somebody, or by like Konami at first.
It was technically published by someone else, and then above them, Konami. They had 2 publishers.
Right. So.
But now they have none publishers.
That's a really weird situation. And then that led me to thinking about, man, they asked for $150,000 per character, and that was completely reasonable.
Yes.
Someone brought that up in reference to Mighty Number 9 asking for $100,000 for voice acting. And I'm like, no, voice. Those characters in Skullgirls have voice acting.
Yep.
Are you telling me that the $50,000 got the animations?
Uh-huh. Exactly right. Which, did you see what happened to that eventually?
I went to $200,000 to get English and Japanese voices.
It's no longer we're doing a fundraising campaign to get $100,000 for voice acting for our fucking Mega Man game. It's, guys, we now need $200,000 to get Japanese and English voice acting for a fucking Mega Man game that doesn't need it.
Also, if you do the pre-order thing, you don't even support it. It's like in the Super Fine test. Just pre-ordering doesn't put anything towards that goal.
What?
Yeah, you have to do one of the higher ends, like pre-order multiple copies or pre-order a special one.
Oh my god, fuck him.
Yeah.
That is even worse than all of the rest of this combined.
Right?
I mean,
if it was just more pre-orders, actually sell it.
People excited, yeah. No, it's that he's a fucking scam artist. Like, I just...
more and more I think that if, like, all these old guys who made games before and are kickstarting new games, like, some of them fucking Harebrained Studios. It was awesome, fucking Shadowrun. I think once a Kickstarter, if it reaches a certain amount of money, when it finishes, there should be a poll for everyone who kickstarted. Would you like to see this person on Kickstarter again?
Huh.
Wow. Separate website.
Like this whole long appeals process. Let me back on Kickstarter. No, Tim Schafer, you are not allowed on Kickstarter anymore.
Well, yeah, basically. But you need to wait like a couple months for that to find out they used up all the money.
Fucking Broken Age, right?
What about it?
They sold half of the game, and then the second half's going to come out later. Still hasn't come out as far as I know.
Right.
Somebody compared that negatively in light of the Mighty Number 9 thing. And I'm like, what? How? They ran out of money, but the second half of the game's still coming. They spent some of their own money to finish the first half. They're still not asking for more money from people in a Kickstarter-esque fashion to get these features that aren't even elemental to the game. Like, voice acting has never contributed anything to a Mega Man-like game. That is my largest problem with this. It's like, yes, no, your game needs whatever you think it needs. Yes, artistic, whatever. Mega Man games have only been worse for voice acting.
What about Legends?
Okay, that's the one. But this isn't that.
No,
this isn't that genre of game, so this isn't,
Yeah, it's maddening, especially when the initial Kickstarter had some clear, like, you don't need this much money for that. You just want to get to that high, so we get to that.
Yeah, that's
'Cause-
it. Did have quite a few that were like that.
Like the PS4 versions and the other set versions, it's like, no, we know that those are easy to port to, and that they don't have massive cost to the developer for moving to that platform because they're begging for people to move to that platform.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for that to be at like 3 million or something?
Actually, I think it was a 3.5, but I
Yeah.
could be wrong.
No, the guys who made what was it?
Hyper Light Drifter.
Hyper Light Drifter or Towerfall or Samurai Gun, they don't have $3 million. They probably never will.
The guy who made Samurai Gun should have $3 million.
Yes, he should. He has taken two great things and put them together.
No, wait, I'm thinking of Samurai Western.
Oh,
What was Samurai Gun?
It's not out
Samurai
yet.
Gun is not out yet. It's fucking Towerfall, but really cool with samurai swords and a gun, and you get one bullet for the gun.
That's the best thing ever.
Right?
Can you recover the bullet?
I think so. I think no, you don't recover it. If you kill the guy before he uses a bullet, you get his bullet.
Okay, so you all get one shot and swords.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
That's how you know a game's a good concept, when you tell them on paper, like, oh, the game's this, and they're just ecstatic.
Like, that is a moral rightness in the universe. One day someone's going to make my fucking 4-player first-person shooter deathmatch where it's pitch black and you can only see by muzzle fire.
Here's a really good question.
Why don't we go make that?
No, actually, a kind of similar tangent that was popping in my head. You know how no one's making a Mega Man Legends 3?
Yeah.
Why isn't someone just making Mega Man Legends? Like a game
Someone made
like
a sequel
that.
to Chrono Trigger? And then bad things happen?
What's that? Oh, you mean...
no, you just mechanically.
Ah,
Yeah, I'm
okay.
saying idea-wise, universe-wise, that sort of thing. That should have happened, goddammit.
I'm glad to see more like people trying to make Metroidvania games. Honestly,
Yeah,
Like-
that's nice.
there aren't. Not that many look good, but Time Spinner, which is going on Kickstarter, look pretty good. I gotta say.
Yeah. I actually got a tower defense Metroidvania.
What?
Yeah.
I think my brain just grew a dick. What?
Yeah, it showed up. I haven't tried it out yet, but we're going to be covering it on the site pretty soon.
Jesus.
Do you want to be involved in that?
Shh, that's like the best thing I've ever heard.
Okay, I'll try to get you here for the quick play. In any case, thanks for listening and watching this episode of the GigaBoots podcast. Be sure to tune in every week. You hear that, Aggro?
Yep.
Every week
Every week.
for the GigaBoots podcast. Otherwise, Aggro dies.
What?